Most of you aren't subscribed. Make sure to rev the subscribe button as it helps out the channel. Without further ado, upon leaping into the Eternity Devil's mouth, the creature attempts to devour Denji, only for Denji to unveil his chainsaws. Inside the creature, Denji wails his blades around, whilst the Eternity Devil discloses that it knew of the Chainsaw Devil's existence. Grabbing hold of Denji, the creature suspends him with several arms, twisting and pulling Denji's limbs apart. Breaking free, Denji reattaches his limbs, lunging to the closest piece of flesh, tearing at it repeatedly. Stating that Denji will never find its heart, the Eternity Devil continues to cry out in pain, still feeling the damage Denji is inflicting on it. Attempting to slow Denji movements, the Eternity Devil shoots several tentacles to slow hold Denji down, leading to Denji cutting free from their grasp, whilst sustaining several blows. Desperate Denji uses his jaws to bite into the creature. Whilst Denji is chipping away at the creature, Himeno, Hirokazu and Kobani are in shock of Denji's new form, leading Power to inform the gang that Denji's chainsaws will retract, upon losing more blood. Back with Denji, we see the creature gnaw at Denji from behind, taunting the Chainsaw Devil for being far weaker than expected. With each wound, Denji grows weaker, forcing Denji to take more attacks. Having lost too much blood, Denji notices one of his chainsaws retracted, as the creature continues to ridicule Denji. With no options, Denji bites a chunk of flesh from the Eternity Devil, drinking its blood. Able to restore his retracted chainsaw, Denji breaks free, digging his blade into the creature, whilst stating that its blood is disgusting but, seeing its pain, Denji can imagine the blood as sweet jam treat. Having told her that devil hunters with screw looses are the ones that survive, Kishibe states that all of Himeno's partners, Sahara, Kanochi, Subaru and Sasaki, were all normal people that feared devils, and as a result that fear fueled the creatures, leading to their deaths. Changing the topic, Kishibe asks how Aki is, just Himeno to say that he's not normal, wanting to kill the gun devil himself. Asking if Himeno herself is normal, she confirms she's normal, prompting Kishibe to warn her that she needs a little crazy in her to survive, offering her alcohol, with her refusing. Before heading off, Kishibe warns Himeno that Aki will be one of those who will not stop until their goals are accomplished. Hearing this, Himeno begins to break down, fearing another partner dying. Later that evening, Himeno has lunch with Aki, attempting to persuade Aki to join the private sector with her, moving away from devil hunting. In the private sector, she tells Aki that they'll have tons of free time, but Aki flat out refuses, but is still willing to spend time with Himeno. Asking for one of Aki's cigs, she knows that Aki will be able to eventually search for the gun devil, but will easily die. This is because he's too normal to be able to slay such a terrifying creature. Back in the present, Himeno stares at Denji continuously slashing at the creature, but he soon absorbs a fatal blow, dropping him. Making use of her ghost hand, Himeno pulls the cord to Denji's heart, reawakening him. Rejuvenated, Denji states that he can go on forever, as he can continuously slash away at the demon, and if he sustains damage, he'll simply drink the creature's blood, making it a battle of endurance for the both. Restraining his slaughter, 3 days elapsed, and Aki has finally woken up. Learning that Denji and the Eternity Fiend's battle is over, she heads into the same bed as Aki, asking to go for a drink after she wakes up. Back with Denji, we see the Eternity Devil begging to end its suffering. Having made his way to its heart, Denji puts it out of its misery. Stepping out of the hotel in ages, the gang embrace the setting sun. Having found a piece of the gun devil's flesh and completed their mission, Denji utters that he feels as light as ever, only to collapse into Himeno's arm. Knowing that Denji had been going for 3 days non-stop, Himeno carries Denji, whilst Power helps Aki, both to the hospital. Several days later, we see Aki much better, having slayed a devil with Himeno. Himeno suggests throwing a party, now that all the members of Aki's unit have assembled, adding that Hirokazu and Kobani, both are afraid of devils and sorry for attempting to kill Denji. Knowing that Himeno wanted to kill Denji as well, she mentions that the two should be unapologetic like her. Agreeing to the party, Aki includes one condition, and that is to have it within this week as he wants to invite Makima. Aki reveals that Makima intends to search for reinforcements outside of Tokyo. Focusing on Denji, Himeno wonders what Denji is, suspicious as to why the Eternity Devil knew of him, and how he can change to and from a devil. Additionally, Makima has been observing Denji, staying in Tokyo and not taking trips, like she normally would. Tired of the conversation, we cut to the celebration party. Kicking off with some beers, Aki mentions how it's been ages since he's drunk. With Power claiming the sashimi as her own, Denji digs into some dumplings, only for Kobani to arrive. With Kobani encouraged to order more items, a coworker wonders why Aki didn't bring his contracted devils, only for Aki to reply that his devils will be a little inconvenient. Skimming through the menu, Denji is unable to read, but realizes that hasn't received his kiss from Himeno. Demanding for the reward, Himeno mentions that she's still too shy, asking Denji to wait a little longer, and if he forgives the gang for attempting to kill him, she'll make sure it's a juicy one. Accepting the offer, Denji is told to introduce himself along with any contracts he's made, but Aki warns him to not reveal his contract, as this may falter him in the future. Heeding Aki's advice, Denji introduces himself as a 16-year-old who likes to sleep and eat. Next, Hirokazu introduces himself as 22 years old, contracted with the fox spirit and likes writing poems. Surprised that Hirokazu shares a fox contract, Denji is told that many people are contracted with the fox spirit, but the female fox only contracts with attractive men. Next, Kobani reveals he's 20 years old and loves eating. With some co-workers admiring Kobani's cuteness, she reveals that her sister was the one that gave her clothes. Just then Himeno wonders where another devil hunter is, but everyone is saddened to hear that they were killed. Hearing this, Hirokazu and Kobani become stiff, learning that the deaths of devil hunters are very frequent, with most hunters expected to live several months. Drunk, Himeno butts in, claiming her Denji will not die, as he still has to claim his kiss. Apologizing for Himeno's drunken state, Denji learns that Himeno kisses everyone when drunk, so he should be careful. Hearing this, Denji begins to admire Himeno's luscious lips, only for Makima to question Denji and a kiss. With Makima continuing to press Denji on a kiss and Himeno sad that she won't be able to kiss Denji, Denji switches to topic, asking to be praised for obtaining several gun devil pieces. Congratulating Denji on his efforts, Aki asks Makima if she knows the reason for the surge in creatures enhanced by gun devil flesh, and why the Eternity Devil knew of Denji's chainsaws. Drinking her beer, she offers to answer Aki's question if he can outdrink her. With Himeno joining in on the challenge, we see Aki and Himeno tap out, whilst Makima is unfazed by the beer. Just then, Himeno pulls Denji in for a sloppy kiss. Knowing Makima is jealously watching Denji and Himeno make out, Denji feels a sensation in his mouth, realizing Himeno has thrown up in his mouth. Flashing back, Denji remembers spending time with Pochita, whilst they make fun of some rats nibbling at some puke, but in the present he notes the same thing has happened to him. With Hirokazu tending to Denji, hung over the toilet, the two share a moment, growing a little closer. Outside, everyone thanks Makima for taking care of the tab. Makima wonders where Denji has gone, only to learn that Himeno has taken him home. Waking up, Denji wonders where he is, whilst crying out for water. With Himeno riding Denji, she feeds him water with her mouth. Unsure how Denji ended up in her room, she gets jealous of how Denji and Aki are only after Makima. Moving on, she lays next to Denji